So, we now have Mia Abuela, mi Ebula, Abuela,
Abuela.
Abuela, mi Abuela, mi Abuela. One more visit to the Chantry of Five Boroughs, and to Agathon, who's starting to be surrounded by a smell of danger. Faith and Myth, Part 2. Benoit Segal wants to meet you again at the cathedral. You wonder whether that mysterious priest will be there. A Nosy Reporter, Part 2. You've taken care of Frank Dougherty, but apparently there's someone still staking out Sophie's apartment. He's not that stupid, is he? We've got Dead End Blues. It's been some time since your last visit at the Red Hook. You should probably get back to D'Angelo and see if he managed to figure out how to handle Sana. The Scarred One. Upon returning to your haven, you find a small scrap of paper lying on your windowsill. Need a favor. If you're up for it, come meet me in Prospect. Tam. And last but not least, Somebody's Watching Me Part 3. You've had enough of Adelaide Davis. It's time to head for Elysium and confront her with Sophie by your side.
That seems like a main storyline.
Yeah.
It involves Sophie, and most things that have involved Sophie are like main story.
Yeah. I definitely want to get D'Angelo and our Tremere in on our coterie, and I don't want to miss out on those.
I also, I kind of want to visit the church, honestly.
Really?
Go back to church?
Yeah, I want to go back to church. Not a line I'd ever thought I'd say, but...
I mean, it is fair, because I think the whole reason we've been avoiding the church was because we didn't have an interest in the Anarch, but the fact that it mentioned the mysterious priest again does kind of pique my interest.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to keep in mind we're getting hungry.
So... Alright, maybe we go with... Part of me wants to say we go with D'Angelo, because D'Angelo's already seen a speed.
Mm-hmm.
And for sure we know there's two kindred there, so even though one of them's a thin blood.
Yeah.
Are we going to visit D'Angelo then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Also, did anyone else see that blue is just two swirly boxes?
No, just me. Or, I guess just you.
Okay.
Okay.
You should probably disconnect and reconnect.
Probably. One moment.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey.
So, I also really like the way Blue Dragon Lady does D'Angelo's voice, so...
Yes. And I have enough hydration to probably do it today.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Also, the more coterie members we have, the easier time we'll probably have down the line.
Yes.
Yep.
As you make your way up the stairs, you notice that D'Angelo's office is surprisingly quiet. You were half expecting something akin to a scene from The Exorcist, with Sana belching out curses and your companion sprinkling her with, well, whatever it is vampires use for holy water. What you witness instead as you open the door is the picture of Serenity. The girl, although still curled up in the corner, is sitting calmly with her eyes fixed on the pages of some pulpy detective novel. She doesn't even register your presence. Sitting behind his desk, D'Angelo seems to be looking over some files, puffing on his usual brand of cigar. Seeing no trace of Larson, you assume he must have gone back to his family. Noticing your presence, the vampire detective leans back in his chair and gives you a tired look.
Hey there, kid. Glad you can make it.
Wouldn't miss this for the world? Any luck with Sana, or is she actually reading?
Any luck with Sana?
Yeah? Cool.
How is the baby? Any luck with Sana? You managed to get anything out of her?
Same old, same old. Mumble, mumble. Ominous non sequitur. But I do know one thing. She might not be all there.
Ya don't say.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
He pats himself on the forehead in an utterly unnecessary attempt to illustrate the point.
But she's not all gone either.
Oh.
I think there's still hope for this girl. Anyway, I've been going over the case files, mulling over our options. Surprise, surprise. They all suck. They all suck donkey dick. No matter how we go about this, someone gets fucked over. Her, Larson, us.
What options do we have? Or we have case files?
We have case files?
Yeah, why the fuck? We have case files?
Were we informed we had case files?
Wait, did you just say case files? We have those? Hey, say what you will about me, but I take my work seriously. And, as my faithful assistant, you should too. So here's what we can do. 1. We grab Sana and take her to Elysium and make a case for her to Prince Bernard. 2. We get Valerie to back off by feeding her the dirt I got on Larson. 3. We try to get Sana out of the city.
What?
Come on, kid. I can hear them thoughts bouncing around your head from over here. Out with it.
He can hear us?
Fuck.
God damn it, D'Angelo!
Oh no! He knows there's 3 women inside this guy's head.
Elysium, isn't that a death sentence? What do you have on Larson? Or get her out of the city? And then what?
God, it would be really irresponsible to get her out of the city, because then it becomes someone else's problem, and then it could get traced back to us.
To be fair,
if we're not careful.
Someone else's problem. Huh.
No.
I don't really have to worry about that.
No.
Take her to city limits and just dump her out in the street. I'm good.
Bad Blazewing.
I mean, if we shipped her off to LA, then it's LA's problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's fair, but that being said,
we could always just put her on a plane to like Russia.
We're trying to be good, guys.
Says who?
I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe we've been going with.
So, what do we know for? So we know for a fact that Elysium is a death sentence for her.
Elysium, yes.
Yeah.
We don't know what dirt he has on Larson.
No.
And what does he want to do though? What does D'Angelo?
We don't know. This is up to us.
I hate things up to us.
I want to know what he's got on Larson.
Same.
Yeah, let's ask what he has on Larson. I don't think this is like our choice.
What kind of dirt do you have on Larson, anyway? Must be some serious shit. Oh, it is. A few years back, the Second Inquisition led a coordinated assault on New York kindred. Operation Lights Out, they called it. Nasty fucking business that was. A lot of good vampires died. Some of them I knew personally.
Oh no.
Larson was one of the Inquisition's first targets. But when they got to him, he managed to convince them to spare his life. In exchange, he fed them info on a fellow Camarilla member on the Nicky the Chop. Suffice to say, Nicky didn't make it through the night.
He's a narc.
Yep.
He's a snitch and a rat.
You know what they
Fuck
say.
Larson.
You know what they say? Snitches get stitches.
Yep.
Get her out of the city, and then what? Elysium, isn't that
Oh, so we get to hear all the options.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
We don't know. So far, we get to choose
That wasn't
two.
our choice so far, so... Let's ask then what do you want to do with her after that?
Yeah.
Assuming we can get her out of the city, what makes you think she won't kill again? Hey, I ain't just gonna let her loose in another state and forget about it. I got some people up north, people I can trust. They might be able to help her. At the very least, keep her safe and make sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
He's gonna send her to Canada.
Yep.
Okay, time's a wasting. What do you think we should do?
But
You're letting me decide?
no, I do. Ooh. But I wanted to see what happened if we sent her to Elysium.
We're not going to get that. We only get to explore 2 options, it looks like.
Yeah. You're letting me decide? Why?
You can,
It's not
Dusty
like-
Spark says you can have Nunavut.
I mean, in fairness, Nunavut does get the fewest daylight hours during certain parts of the year.
Yep.
Same as Alaska.
Okay. Is this our choice to make?
I
You're letting...
I don't feel comfortable making this decision.
No, it's not my choice to make.
It's really not. This was your case originally. Why? Way to pass the buck. You know I can't make that call.
Look, kid, I've been at it all day, mulling it over, and all I got for my trouble was a splitting headache. I just don't know anymore.
Dusty Spark says, yep. And you know country folk will survive.
Yep. All I'm asking is for your best opinion. Just pick one and make a case. Convince me it's the right thing to do. Or the least wrong at least. So one more time. Bring the girl to Elysium, trade her life for Larson's, or sneak her out of town. Which one would you go with?
Elysium seems reasonable. Larson should answer for his crime, or let's get her out of the city. To be fair, Larson's a rat.
Yeah. Fucking dirty rat. He even has a rat face.
Okay, so...
I'm either for getting this girl out of the city or fucking over Larson. Although,
Okay.
if we fuck over Larson, that also takes out a Primogen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already going through a lot of shit as it is. Well, in fairness, even if we hand her over to Elysium, that still looks bad on the Thin Bloods. But, here's the thing. If he doesn't deliver results, if D'Angelo doesn't deliver results, that looks bad to Kadir.
Yes.
Let's weigh the pros and cons. Like, so we know that Larson's a narc.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He sold out Camarilla agents.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he stuck with the Camarilla like nothing happened. That's betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Santa has killed a lot of people.
That being said, Sana is a victim of happenstance here. She did not ask for what happened to her from what we know.
And there is... so, while there is a possibility that if we took Sana to Elysium, she could very well get killed like we were about to be when we first returned, there's also a possibility that someone could adopt her.
See, I don't think that's going to happen because remember the prince said that after she let us live, she's going to be much harder on the rest of the conditions.
We could also theoretically, if we're given the choice, offer to take her under our wing.
You cut
And
out
speak
there.
up,
What was that?
and we could speak up and offer to take her under our wing, much like Sophie did for us. Well, mind you, we're still new yet, but that being said,
Unless D'Angelo's looking to be an accidental dad.
that being said, from what we know, Sana is a victim here. She did not ask for what happened to her, which makes her an innocent. Taking her to Elysium is more than likely going to be a death sentence. And I don't know about you two, but I'm not about the killing of the innocents.
Me neither.
I am not comfortable with potentially killing somebody who literally is not responsible for the situation in which they find themselves.
So that leaves us with Larson.
I don't like
Okay.
snitches. Especially not... I mean, yes, it's Vampire the Masquerade, and it's all about politics, but it's kind of not our fault that he did what he did, and it's kind of not our fault that we found out. We just happen to have some information here which could possibly change our position in the world.
How many people did Larson get killed?
One.
That
we know of.
That
being said,
what kind of family does Larson have? Because like, it is mentioned that he is a family man.
Yeah,
but
they've mentioned now specifically 3 different times that he went to get back to his family.
Yeah, but what kind of family? Is it the kind of family where he has children that are not old enough to be on their own? Should he not be around?
We don't know.
Does he even have a spouse or partner?
I think he refers to the family more like as a coterie. So I think it's a coterie, like a group. Stop eating the presents. I think it's a group. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Going back to the beginning of the beginning of Larson's arc with us, though, we are told that he has been trying not to bring attention and not to bring his attention to his not to bring attention to his family. He's been trying to avoid making them suspicious, which leads me to believe that they are kind. I think his family's human.
You think he's breaking the rule of the masquerade then?
No. You can interact with humans and not break the masquerade. You can live with humans and not break the masquerade.
I think he's trying to live a double life.
Yes. And honestly, if he just so happens to find himself in a position where a double life is unattainable, that's not my problem. How they got this information? That's not my problem. I don't like Larson. Larson's a fucking dick.
He has not been kind to us.
No, he is not.
Not really, no. I mean, our first interaction with him at the, at Elysium, granted, he did warn us not to hang around him.
Oh. Vampire the Masquerade's all about politics, and right now we have something over Larson that we could potentially use to blackmail him with. He could owe us. We could own Larson.
Yeah?
Oh, wait, wouldn't that... But that would mean we can't give him up.
The only way we're going to find out is if we take that route. If it gives us the option to hold this over his head, or if it gives us the option to kill him. But right now, we own him.
Yeah?
He just doesn't know it yet.
No.
And I'm all about pulling those strings.
We could definitely get a higher string. Because that also gives us a string to the prince.
Yep.
So right now, we can agree that we don't want to bring her to Elysium. She's a victim of happenstance. She doesn't deserve that.
Correct.
That's off the table.
Yeah. We're not risking her life.
We're not risking her life. We don't know the facts yet. We don't know who embraced her, so if anything, her sire is just as fault.
Which gives us a connection with her because... Which gives us a connection with her because, I mean, our sire kind of fucked off on us.
Oh, Dusty Sparks said he made a deal for his current freedom, so odds are he'd make a deal with you to live.
Yeah?
But here's the thing, we're not going to be interacting directly with Larson. Because apparently, D'Angelo has proof of this guy doing dealings with the First Inquisition.
The only way that we're going to find out what happens with Larson is if we go after Larson.
Also, if nothing else, this gives D'Angelo a boon, which puts him in further favor with us.
And Kadir. You guys talk this out. I will be right back.
Okay. So, here's what we know for sure. D'Angelo seems to have a soft spot for Thin Bloods.
Yeah.
That is probably because the Nosferatu aren't well received among other kindred.
Right.
So he can sympathize with them. We also know that even if he does send her to someone else so she can be looked after, hopefully treated, there's no guarantee she won't escape. She's a slippery one. She evaded the Scourge, whose main point is to track people down.
Yeah.
So it's looking like our only option at this point is to hand over Larson.
Yeah. It also would give us the most in benefits if we are successful. Because
Hello,
if
187, welcome to the chat.
Hello.
So I'm thinking we have to hand over Larson. The problem is then that we lose a Primogen. It makes the Thin Bloods look bad.
I mean, they already look bad to begin with these strings of murders.
Yeah. So
it's not like we are causing them to look bad to begin with. We are just pointing out, hey, this is just... Unfortunately, we are pointing out more shit that has happened.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to hand over Larson. That's the only thing we can do at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Delo's not gonna like it, but, you know...
Well, he's giving us the choice. He's raked this through his head. He wouldn't give us this option if it wasn't one he already considered.
Yeah, and he's already, like, told us that he's mulled over everything, and basically no one wins in any situation.
So to pick the least bad answer. So by handing over Larson, we get rid of someone who's proven that he's not above selling other people out to save his own skin.
There's also a possibility that Larson will pull a fast one on us and do some bullshit in towards us.
Exactly. So, just things we have to fully consider.
Yeah, but I am of the opinion, as well as everyone else here, that Sana needs to stay alive. She is innocent in all this, just like we were, and she deserves a chance to at least be healed. At least her brain. Because she could have very well suffered head trauma throughout all this.
True. Well, then we don't know what kind of thin blood she is. She could be a thin blood of the Malkavians.
Yeah.
Blazewing to come back so we can continue, though.
Please. I am, however, going to be sharing the Twitch stream to a few people here real quick.
Okay. 1 second. I just gotta put these up higher because the cats keep trying to eat them.
Yeah. Where the yes.
What's chat doing this morning? Anything interesting happen? Any new things? Anyone play some interesting games?
Any bullshittery amongst the viewers?
Amongst the masses?
Best thing to happen this week. So far.
Quick, best thing that happened to this week to you guys. Go.
Ooh. Brownies. We got brownies at work. In fact, I have a brownie. I'll be right back.
I got a brownie. It's a chocolate
Oh.
brownie.
Working on a USD wire transfer. Fascinating. Best thing this week so far for Ma was upcoming sushi lunch.
Right.
Woo! How about y'all? I finished all my Christmas shopping last week.
Nice.
And I had Duel last night, which was fun. I ran my first D&D one shot as a DM.
Yay! Alright, I am back. What did we decide on?
We got to hand over Larson.
We're gonna hand over Larson?
Yep, Larson's a bitch.
Alright.
It's the most logical one.
Mm-hmm. And least dangerous for the most part.
Cool.
The way I see it, Larson's had it coming. Let him answer for what he did. Tell it to his wife and kids. God damn it, D'Angelo! Look, I'll be first to admit, Larson's no saint. But let's not pretend throwing him to the wolves will make us sprout angel wings, alright?
I'm not pretending it'll make us sprout angel wings. I want Larson gone.
No one told me you had a wife and kids.
God damn it. There's always collateral damage.
It's still the lesser evil, or maybe you're right.
It's still the lesser evil. Because I don't want D'Angelo getting in trouble for trying to smuggle someone out of the city when she's targeted. Like, this kid's being targeted. If you try to smuggle her out of the city, that puts us both in trouble. So lose favor for Kadir. Getting her to Elysium, while it is like the most responsible thing to do, that still puts her at risk of dying, and we don't want her to actually deal with that.
Yep.
I don't know, guys. Kids are involved now. My moral compass is all skewed.
Be prepared to go on the lam? We could be prepared to go on the lam. Wait. What does the lamb have to do with this?
I want lamb now. God damn it.
What, hun?
So... regardless of what happens, someone's going to get hurt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And hey, maybe we can at least make a case for Larson. You like, hey, it's just him that needs to be punished. Maybe give something like compensation for the kids anonymously.
Well, if they find out that Larson gave up his own, like, they're not going to be happy with him.
Well, that's if they're even kindred. He's a thin blood. He's essentially can live a normal human life.
Justice Sparks says hello.
Hello.
I'm not sure that is.
Hello.
You know exactly who that is.
Okay, I don't recognize the name. But hello.
I'll explain later.
Okay.
He says hi. He doesn't recognize your username, so. Are we giving him? Give me one sec. I'm going to mute myself here on stream.
You're not muted.
You're not muted on our end.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Say it again.
Hello.
Now he knows who you are. Yeah, I was muted on the... So just because I mute myself on the stream, I don't necessarily mute myself in the Discord. Just a heads up.
Okay.
Okay.
That stops it from broadcasting to the internet. It doesn't stop you guys from hearing me.
Okay.
So, do we give him up?
I think we're gonna need to do a dice roll on this one.
I'm all for giving him up. I don't fucking like Larson. Yeah, I know where he's dustiest.
Here's the thing, though, because if we don't give him up, that means we have to smuggle her out of the city, because we already agree we're not bringing her to Elysium.
Taking her to Elysium is not an option, and is not an option as far as I'm concerned.
And we all know if we smuggle her out of the city, then that means this is essentially turns into a cold case.
Yep. And
we
the
can't
potential
have
for
a cold case.
I was going to say the potential for cold cases, especially with people living the length of life that vampires do, means there's a very good possibility that somebody may visit it later on down the line.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's the lesser evil.
Also, we don't have to tell his wife and kids anything.
nope, we don't.
Mhm.
All right.
Like, his wife and kids don't really have to know anything. They could be like, oh, he had an accident, or oh, he got mugged. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Went to New York. It seems like the least of all evils. So be it. Fuck. Do me a favor, kid. Watch her for a few minutes, okay? I gotta make some balls.
Sorry, say that again. You broke up.
Do me a favor, kid. Watch her for a few minutes, okay? I gotta make some arrangements. Make a few calls.
He catches himself, looks at you with an expression of the phoniest of phony guilt.
But not like with a phone or anything, because, you know, that would make me a naughty boy, which I'm clearly not.
He walks out of the office. Through the frosted windows, you see him instantly go for his clamshell phone. Screw it. Does it really make a difference at this point? You turn to the girl, who still has her nose in the book. Hell of a week, huh? You like the book? I hope you're ready.
Hey, kiddo, you like the book?
I wonder if she likes the book. Because I don't think she was actually reading it. I think she was listening.
Mm-hmm. So, is that book any good? I don't usually go for this sort of stuff. It just leaves me cold.
She looks up from the book and her eyes glaze over.
Cold.
A shiver runs down your spine. You decide it's best to leave her to her reading and spend the next few minutes in complete silence. Finally, D'Angelo staggers back into the room.
Alright. I've set up a meeting with Valerie. Once we give her the evidence, she'll promise to look the other way. I don't think she's lying.
That was an option.
He walks over to Sana and crouches beside her. Speaking softly, he takes the book out of her hands and gently strokes her head.
Hey, darling. I need you to listen very carefully. There's a man coming to take you somewhere safe. You'll know it's him, 'cause he'll say my name. Remember my name?
She squints, trying her best to concentrate.
Tea and Jello.
Close enough. Oh, poor baby.
I feel so bad for her. Jesus Christ.
Poor baby. She
I mean,
needs
if you look at it, that is technically how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Something akin to a smile creeps onto her face. It's as close to happy as you've seen her.
Oh,
Gift. Not hurt.
yeah.
D'Angelo returns her smile.
You're welcome.
He turns to you, putting his serious face back on, and he nods. Looks like it's go time.